Bonjour, je m'appelle Heidi et je vais vous aider à apprendre quelques mots en français. Hi, my name's Heidi and I'm going to help you learn a few French words. Okay, so it's springtime at the moment, so let's learn some words surrounding the season of spring. First of all, how would we say spring in French? Well, we would say le printemps. Le printemps, okay? And this is how it looks written down. Okay, le printemps. And you'll notice that the I here is pronounced differently than what we would say. Okay, so instead of saying I in French, we say un. So, printemps. And the S is absolutely silent. We don't say it at all. Le printemps, springtime. In French, it's very important that we write things in a certain manner, but some of the letters that you include when you write a word down, they're not actually pronounced. Okay, so quite often the last letter of a word will be silent, just like here with the S. Okay, so le printemps, that is spring. What you might see in the springtime, and you might have seen some already this year, are some beautiful new flowers coming out, okay? One of my favourite flowers, and of my mum's as well, is the daffodil. And in French we would say jonquille. Jonquille, okay? Here is it written down, jonquille. And we have a soft J at the beginning. Instead of J, we're going to say je, jonquille. And here, the Q and the U, we would say que, but in French, we say que. So, jonquille. And you'll see that the two L's here are pronounced as a Y, a Y sound. Jonquille. Usually, double L is a Y sound if there's an I before it. Okay, jonquille, daffodil. All right. Some other beautiful springtime flowers, which are very famous in Holland actually. Do you know what they're called? Tulips, that's right. So this is a really good word to learn in French because it's dead easy. It's more or less the same as in English, okay? We would say tulip, and in French we say tulipe. Here we go. Tulipe. It's exactly the same except we put an E on the end, and this is supposed to be my little drawing of a tulip. I might be okay at French, but I don't think drawing is my strong point. Tulip. So the difference here is that when we would say tulip, it sounds more like a ch, like a CH, but the French would say tulipe. Okay, so the T is very important there. Tulipe. Okay, so as well as flowers coming into blossom, we're going to see lots of new baby animals being born in the countryside in the springtime. So the first one that I thought of was a baby sheep, a lamb, okay? And in French we say agneau, agneau, okay? It's a nice word to say, agneau. And this is how we write it down, sorry. Okay, there's my little sheep there, agneau. So here there's a silent letter as well. Agneau. As you can see, it's the G. We're not saying G, we're not saying J or J or anything, just agneau. But it sounds silent, but the reason that we have this N sound, like a bit when we say onion, onion, okay, that's the same sound, and that's because there's a G and an N together. So I'll show you again. The G itself on its own sounds silent, but agneau, that's here, agneau. And that's because there's a G and an N next to each other. Agneau, lamb. There we go, little baby lamb. Another little baby animal that you might associate with springtime and Easter would be a baby chicken, a chick, okay? And you can have a good old laugh at this little drawing that I've made here. But how we say chick is poussin, poussin, okay? There we go, there's my chick, my poussin. P-O-U-S-S-I-N, Poisson. And this is just like earlier on when we were talking about how to pronounce the I. Instead of saying I we say un. Okay, poussin. Lovely. Chick is poussin. Okay, so in the springtime the weather is changing. It's becoming a little bit warmer, a bit more sunny, and we're having fewer clouds. So let's have a look at 3 words for weather. Okay, so in order to say sun, we have to say soleil. Okay, and here it is written down. Soleil. Soleil, that's sun. And something else that we might experience in the springtime is the April showers. And this one is just a literal translation, okay? Les pluies d'avril. Les pluies d'avril. Literally, the rains of April. Les pluies d'avril. Okay, it's not like proper rain. It's more like nice little April showers. The sun's still out, but there's a little bit of rain as well. Funnily enough, there's another phrase that made me think of, which is le poisson d'avril, and that means the April fish. And I wonder if you can guess what that is. It's very unusual, isn't it? Le Poisson Davila. Well, that's what the French people call April Fool's Day. Poisson Davila. So if you're thinking of playing any silly tricks on your family or your friends on April Fool's Day, you can say Poisson d'Avril when they fall for your trick, because they are the silly fish. I don't know, culture's amazing, isn't it? But for some reason, they've decided that we're all silly fish on April Fool's Day. Okay, and our last word for today, last but one actually, this is a type of weather, sort of, that happens when we have sunshine and rain at the same time. Yeah, that's a rainbow. And we say in French, arc-en-ciel. Arc-en-ciel. Rainbow, literally an arc in the sky. Ciel is sky, arc is arc, just like it would be for us, and en means in. Arc-en-ciel. Arc-en-ciel. Okay, so one sort of bonus word, if you like, at the end, which I've just thought of when we mentioned Easter. How do we say Easter? Well, I don't have it written down for you, unfortunately, but Easter is Pâques. Pâques. Can you say it? Pâques. There we go. So it's P. Maybe write this down. There we go. P-A-Q-U-E-S. And then above the A, you want to put a little roof like you would at the top of a house. And that's called a circumflex. Okay, and that makes the A sound a harsh A sound, should I say. So when you see a little circumflex like that, usually the letter that's underneath will be a hard sound. So pack, pack. Very similar to just the word pack, like I'm going to pack my clothes away or something like that. Pack. Okay. And you'll see that there's a Q and a U. And that sound, again, like we said earlier, when we were saying jonquille, the Q and the U makes a K sound instead of a Qu sound. Okay, so that's all for this time. 5-minute French, which turned into 9-minute French, but there we go. Have fun learning your new words, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Au revoir.